We are going to share this video. Let's watch it and see what it's about. Mind you, this is my first time seeing it. I haven't watched it, so I'm reacting with y'all. Let's go.
It's meaningful to me.
Wait, just one point of clarification. So you're a sex therapist?
As
Yeah.
sex workers, we're basically sex
I mean,
therapists.
I don't have a counseling degree. I have a master's degree in
Actually,
education.
we have
I'm
an
a teacher.
article. You recently kind of went viral. Nick, can you pull up the article? Like, New York Post.
Yeah,
New York
crazy.
Post. I'm a sex therapist.
Yes.
I sleep with clients to save
Wow.
marriages.
Oh my gosh! I didn't
They
realize
went
you were this
crazy.
person. I did
They went
see.
crazy.
Did you reacted to this, or
I
you saw
almost
it?
did, but I'm here.
You're here now. So,
Perfect.
Nick, can you pull up the article really quick?
Yeah.
One more. Sex therapist Olivia Bentley. Wait. Nick takes a hands-on approach with her clients by sleeping with them. I've saved marriages. The Boise, Idaho native told Kennedy News, calling her work life-changing. I get physically involved with the majority of the people I see. I think that's part of the appeal. The veteran sex worker who spent 15 years in the industry claims that women have asked her to demonstrate sex acts on their husbands, while some wives grant their eager hubbies a hall pass to pay Bentley a visit. Good times.
Yeah.
Is that pretty accurate? I mean, so
Yeah.
you save marriages by having sex with the husband?
Well, I think the tabloids went a little crazy.
Oh, they-
with
okay,
the
okay,
whole,
okay.
you know, but
New York Post is known to
Yeah.
okay.
they really, went wild with it. But I do help a lot of couples that come in. One right now is asking me to lend a hand, and he's more of a beta, and she'd like him to be more of an alpha, and she wants me to work with him on
Lend a hand,
being
literally.
more just outwardly in control and aggressive in the bedroom, things like that. There's a lot of different psychological needs and reasons why people would want to come and work with professional sex worker.
Sure. Candace, it seemed like maybe you had something
I think
on
it's the
this.
most outrageous thing I've ever heard.
Not this ghetto ass countdown. Sorry, y'all.
It's so in the realm of like dragons and mythological creatures that it's hard to respond to the idea that she's saving marriages. It's just
There,
You're in disbelief.
I'm actually
Here's another
in utter
believe.
disbelief that she is saving marriages.
here's another example.
Sure.
Okay.
So like, and this has been, there's multiple clients that do this, where the wife will not have sex anymore. She
Right.
went and said, look, during when they were courting each other, she was down for sex. She was a sexual person. She was all about it. Then let's fast forward. They're married. We're married now. Contract solidified. I don't want to have sex anymore. Ew, oral sex is gross. Oh, that's demeaning if you're asking me to do that.
So you're not saving marriages, you're helping people to keep up a farce that they are in a marriage. Because at the very moment that you let someone else into your marriage, it's no longer a marriage.
No.
Hey, I hear what Candace is saying, and I agree with her to a degree. But if these motherfuckers want to pay for somebody to come in their bed and save they so-called say they marriages or whatever this foolishness is, then whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, because people gonna do what they gonna do. You know how I always feel about the stuff. People gonna do what they gonna do. Straight up. And this woman has a place, but let's continue to listen.
Yeah.
And
These
guys will
women,
come in.
these
Guys-
women have turned
guys-
around and said, "I will allow you to see a professional."
So they are not in a marriage. That's the
Well,
point.
they're
As
married,
soon as
Or
you lend
some of
your
their
spouse
wives are
out,
like dying from cancer and this, that, and the other. And
If I'm dying from
Is even-
cancer and
and
my
somebody
husband
sleeps
goes
with
to
somebody
sleep with somebody,
else,
I swear to God.
and
There
their
are
husbands,
wives
their
that are-
wives
Wait,
are the
guys, one at a
ones that
time. Hold
come.
on.
Wait a minute. Y'all talking all over each other. Shut the fuck up. One at a time.
On just one at a time, please. Go. Candace, were you?
I just would like to make the point that at the very moment that you loan your spouse out, especially if you're dying of cancer, so that they can get, get off, you're no longer in a marriage. So it's just a farce. It's like it's a comical, you're pretending for people that you're in a marriage, that you're in a loving relationship. That's not what a marriage is. So to say that I help marriages, no, you help destroy marriages, and they can go out and say that we're still married because what we've done is we've essentially said, you take care of this aspect of the marriage. It's like saying you raise the kids, you have sex with him. This isn't a marriage. It's the whole thing is fake, right?
What do you
Go
think
ahead.
that they should
I'll bring you
do?
in next.
What do you think that
They should work on their
circumstances-
marriage together. The union between a husband and a wife should work on their marriage together to fix it. You don't bring out an outside person to sleep with your
But
husband
if
or your
she's
wife.
saying I'm not down for sex,
Then she
I
might be
want
down
you
for a
to- I want to
divorce.
outsource the sex.
What if
I
she's gonna
want
die
you to
from
go to this
cancer and
professional.
she
One second.
wanted him and she allowed him to do that because he needed to get off some way or shape?
So I just want to say this. If the wife is allowing it, okay, no matter how crazy we think it is, this whole community, it takes a community, it takes a village to a whole nother level and shit. No matter how ridiculous and how crazy it sounds, at the end of the day, if the husband and the wife are in agreement, sure, we can have our opinions, right? Sure, we can think it's outrageous, but that is them. That's their life, their pockets. Hell, let them do it. You know what I mean? But I get what Candace is saying. I'm in no way discounting what Candace is saying. Candace is very level-headed, conservative. Yes, a lot of people don't agree with everything they say. I think because you really don't listen to her and you get in your emotions. But I always say big ups to Candace, being a Black woman, being so articulate, being so intelligent, on top of her stuff. She knows where she's coming from. She knows what to do. So that I commend her on that. But hell, if these people want to do all this strange stuff, I say let them.
While she was dying of cancer, one of the last things on her mind was,
This is a real life. This is a
Well,
real
he
life.
shouldn't want
This is a
to.
real life. Yeah, this was a real. I'm asking you.
And is that what he told you?
This, yeah.
That
So
his wife that's dying of cancer wanted him to come have sex with you?
not with me. This is from what I've heard. Yes.
Somebody told you
Right.
that there's that as a dying wish. My
Yes.
dying
So
wife
how would
said,
you
"Please
want
go
that?"
have sex with a prostitute?"
I saw it
at a
on
brothel."
TikTok.
I'm just going to call bullshit on that altogether. I
No,
just don't
because
think
it does
when you're
happen.
dying of
It
cancer,
happens.
going through leukemia.
People will literally bring their guys here.
Please
Okay.
bring them on the
Okay.
podcast.
I just want to
Essie,
say
go ahead.
that
It's
okay,
absurd.
it's
Yeah, I've never heard in my life.
there's
a lot of crazy shit. has
There's
been asked
marriage
for at brothels.
counseling where they can take you
Men
through
is
sex
saying shit.
therapy where you don't have to sleep with somebody else. If
Yep.
it's about a woman not wanting to have sex anymore, what's the underlying reason? Are her hormones messed up so she's not wanting to be sexually active? Is
Oh, I
there
have a
not
good
enough
one next.
foreplay when they're having sex? Like there's other avenues you can take for
Yeah, there's,
sex
like,
therapy.
normal couples counselors.
Yes.
Real couples
Just, like,
counseling,
regular.
where you try to solve the problem and you
Yeah.
release it, and you don't just source it out to a prostitute.
Go ahead.
The cancer thing is crazy.
Yeah, it's just the most
The
absurd.
cancer thing is
He lied.
crazy.
He lied.
But
Yeah, I would say he
outside of
probably
that,
lied.
I don't think that it's up to any of us what constitutes a marriage because every relationship is different.
Well,
so
the Bible,
if a
yeah.
husband, okay, but
His
if
words
you're
have
not,
meaning.
Not,
But not
everyone is
everybody is
religious.
not
Well,
everybody
wait, hold on. Is
like
that
they-
a
Now I got to jump in on that. Now we can't be bringing up the Bible because, like she said, everybody is not religious. And at the end of the day, in my opinion, I know people gonna get upset. The infinite source of intelligence we call God did not write a Bible. So the fact that we keep throwing that on people, to me, is ludicrous. I get it. That is always a conservative talking point. The Bible, the Bible, the Bible. But these motherfuckers couldn't quote a scripture if their life depended on it. I know you couldn't quote 10 of them up out of there. So we got to stop talking about the Bible. Y'all don't even read it. If you read it, if you had comprehension, you probably see things way differently.
cross
It
necklace?
doesn't constitute
Yeah,
like what do you?
Wait,
Yeah,
I'm,
Am I
okay,
sure?
really quick.
Not everybody's
Since we're
religious.
talking about religion, really quick.
Mhm.
Okay, you have a cross necklace, but then your shirt says "Made in Hell."
Yes,
Can
it
you-
does.
I'm a little
Ironic,
confused. Can you?
I mean,
I'm a little confused.
the stone is red, so it matched, you know,
but why are you
The-
wearing a cross
are you
on your neck?
color coordinating with your necklace?
because I don't see a cross as religious. So
Okay,
I
just
thought
like
the
you
necklace
don't
was
see a
cute.
marriage as religious. So these
I don't
words
think that
they
a
don't
marriage-
have meaning. This is why it's like we're at a stage where people are like, "What is a woman?" Because they just go, "Well, we're going to
Oh.
call it a marriage, but we're going to sleep with other people. We're going to bring in prostitutes. We're going to outsource raising the kids, or we're never going to have kids." You're calling it a family. It's not a family, and this is what it is. The words have no meaning, right? I'm wearing the cross. Why? I don't know. I don't think of it as religious. Okay, well, Jesus Christ died on the cross.
you think that.
That's what you think.
Wait.
It's
That's
been
what you
proven.
think.
So
It's
why
been
are you wearing the
proven.
And
cross?
sex
Because I think it's cute.
workers
You just think
are
that the design is cute.
Yeah.
better
Wait,
term.
real
I
quick.
grew up
Hold on.
Rather
Catholic.
than
I was religious, and I'm not
prostitution
anymore. I
being
don't have to
called-
believe in what you believe, and I can say that if
I didn't
somebody's
say you had to believe. I asked you a question.
But
I
you're
said, why are
telling
you
me-
wearing the cross?
okay, and you're saying that the religious aspect of marriage is the only thing that matters. It's not, because people don't follow what you believe.
Yeah.
Okay, I asked you why you're wearing the cross, and you said because you thought it was cute.
Yeah,
I'm
and I
glad
do.
we got an answer. She's wearing the
Okay.
cross around her neck because she thinks it's cute.
I do.
Would
I'm
you
not religious.
also wear like a Star of David?
It's cute.
As
Well,
like
because-
if it was cute, would you wear
Well,
it?
okay, well,
I
I
just
don't know
mean like
where we're going.
I'm
where this is
asking that
going.
because I wonder,
Well,
like
I
my
have-
guess is that you would think that maybe you wouldn't wear a Star of David because you're like, oh, this is maybe like disrespectful to people who are.
Are you making the
Jewish.
argument? Maybe, I mean,
No, I'm just
the secular.
It's a very
here,
good question.
I'm just saying.
devil's advocate here. Secular argument. Someone might just say that the cross is just maybe it's more aesthetically pleasing even for an atheist. I don't know.
Sure,
I
but
don't know.
liberals
Okay,
are all about
look.
like having
Would you wear like a
respect and
yarmulke? 'Cause
tolerance.
it's
So
like
I'm
cute.
just like wondering if you
I'm
think
asking,
it's.
would you wear a yarmulke? Because
Yeah,
I think those are very
Oh,
different
are you talking
things.
like
why is
blasphemy?
the
Yeah,
cross
I'm saying-
different
I'm
from the
s- I'm-
yarmulke?
I'm just.
I mean, I was
asking-
raised Catholic, and that's just
Would
not
you
something
wear
that
a
I believe
yarmulke
anymore.
if you thought it was cute?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, a yarmulke is completely different than
No,
a cross
it's
that's been
not.
adapted
It's
into
not.
different. You can
Symbols
buy a
of,
cross
like, a re-
necklace anywhere.
There's symbols of a
Okay,
religious.
the argument of why it's different basically would come down to like how Catholicism has been practiced versus Judaism, in the sense that like Catholics did use the cross symbol, tried to emplace it like in indigenous populations, tried to spread it as much as possible. And that's why in modern day a lot of people think that's like more okay, because it was meant to be popularized. It was meant to be a symbol that the masses should look up to and should see in general, versus Jewish symbols,
Okay.
I would argue, didn't go through that.
I think we're kind of derailing a little.
What if
Okay, so that got crazy. That became like a shit show. No, hey Ramon, a cross is not the same as a yarmulke, and it isn't. It really isn't, because it's like if you put a yarmulke on your head and you walking around with it, you're gonna offend a lot of people. You're not gonna offend people with a cross. People are just gonna look at it and be like, okay, that's commonplace. But these Jewish people take their yarmulkes seriously, okay? So we can't be playing around with that type of stuff.